Hello, I'm going to show you the statistical module of our website called Analytics. This feature is available after login for professional colleagues only, so visitors, applicants can't see this at the present state of the development. Where can we find this feature? We have to log in first, and we have to go to the Tools and Documents section, and go to the Analytics submenu. Concerning the structure of the site, on the Welcome page of the Analytics, we can find here the data selection table for specifying our search, a global report with the general data of the activities on TCAs, LTAs, and applicants participants. We have the next one for the LTAs, and here for the applicants participants. Those are the three main categories of the module. You see that the global report contains data since 2018. This was the year when the website was launched. I would like to draw your attention to the fact that our statistical module uses solely the data of the activities uploaded and managed by the national agencies of the program countries on our website. So this feature cannot show data stored elsewhere than in our database, and it's not linked to any other websites. So thank you for managing all the steps of the TCA lifecycle on our platform in order to avoid false statistics, e.g. TCA applicants managed elsewhere than on our website won't be shown in our applicant participant statistics. I would like to tell you that a glossary with the frequently used terms and expressions is coming soon. It will be available as a separate submenu also in the Tools and Documents section. It will help you interpret the statistical expressions used on the site. Also, our regularly refreshed user manual for national agency colleagues will be updated too, with the proper instructions on how to use this element of the site. So let's talk about the concept of the module. After detecting the professional need of knowing and showing the data of our field, we have gathered the necessary categories to put them on display. We are able to select from wider categories, here from the wider categories to the smaller, more specific ones, from top to the bottom of the page. Once you choose a criteria, you have to follow with the next rows. So, here, in order to create a search, we have four major criteria: global, national agency, country, and year, in which we can find three categories: TCAs, LTAs, applicants and participants, as I mentioned earlier. As you see, we have compulsory fields marked with asterisks and optional ones to refine your search. Here, you have to choose one data in each row except the value that has multiple selection options. I will show it to you. And please note, if you have categories in your mind to compare with each other and you can't proceed with them on the platform, the given values will be inactive, showing that the search cannot be done. Like for example, if you select year, in the end, you will not be able to choose here, year or budget year at the same time. So let's go and look for some search in the module. First, let's start with the global criteria. It shows a global picture of our field. If you like to compare data by year, national agency, or by country, you have to go and look for those criteria here. If you would like to compare data by national agency, you have to choose this criteria. If you would like to choose and compare data by country or by year, you have to select these criteria. For an overview, it's the global option. For example, if we would like to see which Erasmus Plus priorities were linked to the TCAs in a given year, for example, for 2021, let's proceed a search with this example. So, here we have to look for the global criteria, and you see value is not a selectable option for us. And then we have to put ourselves to a statistical mindset, we can say, of going from wider categories to the more specific ones. Let's set, after global, the TCAs, which is a major category, as I mentioned, and after that, the number of realized TCAs. You will find the proper interpretation of these categories in the glossary, so no worries about how to interpret them. And let's stop for a second. This analytics module shows only the TCAs set to public for visitor status that appears to visitors on the front page as well. So no draft or no only for any status TCAs will appear in this module. In case of the LTAs, which is also a selectable category, the statistics module shows all LTAs that are not in a draft status. And here we can narrow our search by asking more details. For example, as I mentioned, let's go and look for the Erasmus Plus priorities as a dimension. Here we have filters, year, budget year, national agency, country, etc. So let's set the budget year to 2021. It was a professional request from the TC officers community to be able to search for budget year, not only for calendar year, so it is a feasible option on the website. It is also important to know that the module generates data using the present day of the search. So this filter doesn't give final numbers until the given budget year is over. If we click on the Show Selection button, the results has been generated. We have this next section, which is the Results section, with the possibility to share our results by clicking on this green button. Our chosen criteria are visible here one by one in these boxes, and the results, the data of our search, will appear in 3 different types. If you need an official internal or external report, the table can be a good option that summarizes the data in rows and columns, and for infographics, newsletters, you have the possibility to show the results with colorful details in a group chart, or a stack bar. The results are exportable as well. This table is exportable into Excel format by clicking here, and the stack bar and the group bar chart can be exported into PNG format by clicking in this button. So let's see the results. The table shows the priorities in which the TCAs were implemented, and as 2021 was a transition year, we can see priorities from the last and the present Erasmus Plus program generation. You see there are additional columns showing the share of the data in percentage and the total number in the end of the table. In case of the charts, the selected criteria categories appears on the bottom of the page here, and a floating window here shows the dimension too, with a mouse hover possibility. And here you can see the legend of the different priorities. One important thing to know, if multiple categories can be chosen, like TCAs can have multiple sectors, data will be calculated together. So let's set the search for sectors instead of priorities. And you see the numbers are different here, because cross-sectoral TCAs will be counted with all of their sectors. If, for example, a TCA has school education and vocational education as sectors, TCA will be counted twice. And now let's go for a second example type. Let's proceed with the national agency criteria. Let's see, for example, how many LTAs were organized by a specific NA. let's go for Hungary, the Hungarian National Agency. So we set the criteria to the national agency criteria, and let's choose the Hungarian National Agency, and here LTAs. The subcategory is the number of ongoing coordinated LTAs. Here you can also see these subcategories, and as I mentioned, the glossary will contain all the most frequent used expression for your disposal. So I would like to know the number of ongoing coordinated LTAs, and let's see the type of LTA now, whether it's recurrent or complex. So let's set the type of LTA and let's see the results. And we know that 2 LTAs are coordinated by the Hungarian National Agency, so we have 1 recurrent and 1 complex one LTA. Let's see the stack bar and the group bar. And for example, if we would like to compare 2 NAs, the LTAs of Hungary and Austria, let's put Austria as well here. LTAs, number of ongoing coordinate LTAs, okay, it can stay. And we know that 1 LTA is being coordinated by the Austrian National Agency, so we have altogether 3. And if we would like to know which national agency is the coordinator of an ongoing LTA, we have to restart our search and select all NAs here by clicking in this button, Select All. We have the national agency criteria still, all the national agencies selected, LTAs, number of ongoing coordinated LTAs, and the type can stay here as well as the dimension. And let's see the 16 LTAs we have. Each national agency has a column for the number and for the share, and if we go to the end of the row, the end of the table, we have the totality that all the 16 LTAs will appear here with 100% share. And we can see which national agency is the coordinator. The different types have different rows here. Stack bar, with the legend and group bar as well. So all 16 LTAs will appear here by national agencies and by dimensions. And as a third search, let's see something new. We'd like to know data about the participants of TCAs by countries. Again, a kind reminder to you that please manage online applications through the site, as the analytics shows data of the people applied and assessed via our platform. So let's see, for instance, Germany. And the total number of participants they have. Criteria will be country, Germany. The category will be applicants, participants, and here we have all the list of subcategories. We invite you to explore them. We can look for the number of people applied to TCAs and or participated in one, and who were participated in TCAs specifically linked to LTAs. So this is a statistical module with very complex data, as you see. So let's go for the total number of participants per organizer country. So Germany was the organizer country, and we would like to know the total number of participants by type of present, whether it was face-to-face TCA, online, blended, etc. We don't want to go deeper with filters, so let's click on Show Selection. We see the result. The majority of the people participated in face-to-face TCAs, and the totality is 240 participants. You see it's a simple chart, stack bar, group bar, table, etc. If a comparison of NA seems to be necessary, you can select more national agencies. Okay, let's go for Sweden and see their number of participants. They can stay the same. Show selection. Here we have columns for the countries, for Germany and Sweden, and the totality in the end of the table. The data will be appeared in stack bar and group bar format as well, with this floating window. So let's try the fourth criteria, which is year. We can proceed a search if you would like to compare data by calendar year, not budget year, it's calendar year. For example, we would like to compare data of 2021 and 2022. The category will be TCAs. This is also a specialty. Number of realized TCAs part of an LTA by activity type. So you see, as we have selected year at the first place, here year or budget year as a filter cannot be chosen. So let's go and see the results. We see in 2021, 3 TCAs were linked to LTAs, but in 2022, the number is 15. We have the rate for the thematic seminars and for the conduct seminars as well, for 21 and 22. So, we have tried all 4 criteria, and now it's your turn to explore our module. We are really looking forward to have your feedback. And thank you, and we wish you good luck for your searches.